Hey everybody, this is Blue. How are we doing today? Well, I'm doing a response video to JP Covert. He is a YouTube channel. He likes to do these little how-to videos and all that. And I basically dislike people like this. His video that I'm referencing today is right here, in which he tries to tell people how to make an old parchment map. The problem that I have with him and many creators like this on YouTube is that this is an infomercial. He wants you to go to his merchandise shop and he wants you to buy his stuff. He also in the video later on talks about going to his Patreon account and giving him money. I dislike people like this because this is a hobby. Now I can understand people are going to do this to make money, but it's just there's a little bit of connection lost when they are like that. And so I watched his video and I had to laugh at it. I was absolutely disgusted with it, actually. Because in this video, as you're seeing above, he is making everything expensive and elaborate. He is adding steps to his process that don't need to go there. And so he is telling you that you're going to need this cardstock paper, which costs money, that you need to buy these paints, like what he's using up above, and the pack that he got at Kmart or Target or something like that, and they were $10. Okay, that's plenty of money for a little prop. And you need the brush, and he wants you to follow his steps, and it's stupid elaborate. He says that the paper had to be white paper. And then he is going to mix his browns and all that, and he's going to make browned or tarnished paper. Woohoo. This is an elaborate step, and you can do it cheaper, easier. To make this as he's doing, that would take a good 20-30 minutes at least, waiting for the paper to dry out before you can do anything with it. And I think of the quote Harrison Ford had made to Mark Hamill in Star Wars when Mark Hamill was saying, well, in the movie, we were just in water. Shouldn't our hair be wet and all that? And, Harrison Ford just goes, look, kid, if people are going to be worried if your hair is wet, you're overlooking it or something to that effect. Okay? If they need absolutely, well, this doesn't look too aged, then they're being a little bit anal and they're not going to be as much fun. You need people that are just going to kind of roll with the punches. So he decided that he was going to tell you how to make this map, and I'm going to tell you how I would do it. So what you need are colored pencils, 3 of them. You can buy these at Dollar General for $1. Light blue, light green, and a black. And that's that for coloring. You will then need a pair of scissors. Easy, right? And a paper bag. Yes, just get a brown paper bag. Go grocery shopping. And you know how they usually ask if you want paper or plastic? Just tell them, put the canned goods in the paper, please. And you're good. And you will get a brown paper bag. Now, you notice then you don't have to paint it. You just have to cut out a piece of paper. Now, this particular piece of paper, this brown bag, is 12 inches across, and I think it's 18 inches vertical. And so this can create a large map. But going by his little concept up there, you're ending up with this little map. And so the smaller the map, the less details you can put into it. And his concept, I just think, is very limited. I mean, if you're going to do it right. So, what did I do? I cut out a section out of the brown paper bag. Here it is. Now, vintage maps, vintage parchment maps were handmade, and they did use paint. Okay, so there were maps that actually had blue and green in it to represent rivers and forests, and they are going to be faded. You can see some of the green, right? You can see the river, correct? All right. And for a faded, worn out map, the light green and light blue work wonderful. Okay? Now, JP wants you to buy his book so you know how to draw mountains. Let me rephrase that. Let me say it again. He wants you to buy his little book so you know how to draw a mountain. Well, you can see how I drew some mountains, yeah? And let me see if I can get that right. You can see where I drew mountains and how I drew mountains. They don't have to be fancy. You know, 3 lines to make a wiggly pyramid is all you need, and you got a mountain. You can even put a circle on top of 1 or 2 of them to, you know, say, hey, this is a volcano. You can add things to the map. Okay? And you can see I got city names, I got some roads, and all that. And so this works as a map. And with it being bigger, you could put more details. This was a quick draw for me. This only took me maybe 10 minutes and I was done. Now, JP wants you to tear all the sides off to make it look like it's been through hell, but he then wants the paper to be pristine and no other damage done to it, which is kind of weird. Old maps were folded, okay? So, folded. And what happens at some of those folds is tears happen. And so to make this map more interesting, as you can tell, there's a hole in the middle. And I put a word, no, to it. So maybe there's something that happened here that was written, that happened. And we don't know what it is because that section of map is missing, which means that you can add some mystery to it. Okay? I got the green. I got like 3 forests on here. One of them is called the Orc Forest. Wonder why. Then there's Tulu's Forest and Felder's Woods. Okay? I just drew a quick little tower right up here, and then I put some towns on this. And so now I have a parchment map that costs under $2 to make, less than a half hour to build, and yes, I can put this in front of my guys and saying, okay, that's where we're going. You are starting on the westernmost part of the Central Road. You are heading east. What do? Okay? You can do so much and on your own. All you have to do is just put some stuff together and think outside the box. People like JP want to guilt trip you into thinking that you have to create something that's elaborate and expensive. You don't. Okay? This is a prop that I get put in my storage box now. Okay? And I use cardboard, paper, rigid stock board, papers to build my roads, my walls, and all that, so I can put them on the hex board. Okay? You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to get these, 3D mock-ups of buildings and all that. Okay, you don't have to go broke to play the game. You do not have to go broke to have everything that these guys have. Keeping up with the Joneses does not pay off in the long run in TTRPGs. We're here to play a game, not to show off our bling. Okay? It's that simple. So, you can make these maps. Try it. Like I said, go grocery shopping, and you'll have the brown parchment paper that he says you have to paint and create. Don't pick on these guys and all that, but it is irritating that they are doing all this not because they like you, because they want to share concepts with you. They're doing it to make money. I don't have a Patreon. My channel's not monetized. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the interaction, the companionship, and the community. So I hope everybody has a great day, and everybody please take care, be at peace.